Hello again. Now we will start discussing the concept of Q-value. Okay, let's use this color, Q-value. The Q-value could be explained or written by two different ways. The first common way is given by the concept of difference of masses between nuclei. Another one is the difference of kinetical energies. Okay, this is basic the idea of the meaning of the Q values, the differences between two nucleus. When we have, for example, here one nucleus, one initial nucleus, okay, and another one, we have another nucleus, that is the final. And if we are asking about which is for example, this is the nucleus, let me call this nucleus A and nucleus B. And if you want to know which is the differences between the nucleus A and B, we can if we want to know the difference between those nucleus, we can ask about if there is any kind of reaction, which from one initial nucleus we can obtain one final nucleus by one kind of transition. And in order to know that if it's possible to get this process from initial to final, we can ask or we can think about the Q value. Usually, for example, if you have this initial nucleus, okay, let me consider this is the axis of the masses, of the value of the mass. And for this initial, let's think about two different scenarios. The first one is when you have one initial nucleus and another final nucleus, which has is massive. It has more mass than the initial one. This is the initial and this final. So starting from the initial and go to this final, this is forbidden. It's not possible. This first scenario is not possible. But in addition, if we have another nucleus which has more mass than the final, and if we ask about this, if it's possible, the second scenario, okay, this process, yes, is allowed, only because the mass of the final nucleus is less than the initial nucleus. Therefore, go from initial to the final nucleus. Okay, when go from the red one to the blue one is possible. Okay, but mathematically, in order to have to quantify, to have a quantity to measure that, if it's possible or no is given by the Q value. The formula to which we use to represent the Q values given by the is very easy. In terms of mass, it's just the addition of all initial masses. Let me consider now the convention that C is equal to 1 to simplify the equation, minus the final masses. Okay. Or in terms of kinetical energies, or of course if it's not a, if we consider the non-relativistic situation. Okay, so here is T. Okay, is the addition of all final kinetical energies minus initial. Okay, now the next session I will start explaining the Q value for the beta minus decay and beta plus, and if it's possible also the electron capture. Thank you.